Today, we are going to talk about how to look forward to the future when you're in a waiting season. And we will also do a do-it-yourself advent calendar. So let's get started. Welcome to The Bold Encourager. I'm Rebecca. Today is Motivation Monday, so thank you for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It just allows for me to get my positive, encouraging messages out to everyone. So today we're going to talk about why we need to look forward to the future and how we can do it in the waiting season. I know it's hard. I know we're all kind of in a waiting season right now with everything going on in the world today. For 2020, it's just been crazy. So I really want to encourage you to be excited even in the waiting season, and why we can look forward to the future while we're waiting for things to change or get better, or whatever it may be. So how do we do that? Good question. So the reason why there's a do-it-yourself advent calendar towards the end of this is the reason being is I wanted to have something to look forward to. And I wanted to use that as a example of how you can look forward to something when you're waiting. So when we're waiting for Christmas, we are often looking forward to it. The way we do that is by creating an advent calendar. We either have one around the house that we've already purchased. I mean, you don't have to make your own, but this is a great do-it-yourself that I'm going to show you how to make, so it'd be something fun you can do with your kids. I know it's kind of late in the game because you want to always start on the 1st of December. So, if you have the items lying around, that doesn't have too many items that you need to create this. So it's fairly easy to make, and you can definitely make any kind of tree you want. You don't have to go the route I did. So the reason being, the Advent calendar has a countdown to Christmas. And we need a countdown sometimes to be excited about what's to come. The reason why we can be excited while we're waiting for Christmas is because we know the date for Christmas. That's the thing. We know what date it's coming. And with things that are up in the air, or things that we're waiting on, maybe something for our jobs or our relationships or things in our life, if we're in that waiting period, we don't know the date of when that will come out. So often, because we don't know the date, we're not excited about it. We're not anticipating it. It's nothing that we're looking forward to. So that's the reason why sometimes in the waiting period, it's hard. It's very hard to be excited. So that's one thing that you can take away from this is, if we knew the date, sometimes we would be more excited. But how can we be excited even if we don't know the date? So let's get into that. When we're waiting for something to happen, we often get impatient. So when we're waiting for something to happen, we often get impatient. So instead of getting impatient while you're waiting for something, make it like it's Christmas that you're looking for, or going to Disneyland or something, right? You can have a mindset of, I may not know the date of when things will change or get better. I may not have the date of when my dream will come. Like, even for me, I don't know when things will change in my career or get better or anything like that. But I can get up every morning excited knowing that I'm working towards my goals. I can get up every morning knowing I'm doing what I can to make it happen. So it's a mindset. And if you can change your mind about being impatient and actually look forward to what is to come, even though you don't know when it will come, just know it will come if you put all the work and energy in it. Okay, so another thing is, while we wait in anticipation, let's get excited about the future. How do we get excited about the future is we set ourselves some mini goals, and when we accomplish them, we're getting closer and closer to our future. And we're getting closer and closer to our big goal, and that makes us excited. So though we may be waiting for something to happen, we don't have to be in a mode of feeling like, when is this going to be over? When can this change? In this negative mindset, and it doesn't do you any good. It just makes you more unhappy while you're waiting and more impatient. So the important thing is to find patience even in the waiting, and find joy even in the waiting. The thing about it is, you have the control and the ability to change the way you feel. Feelings change, believe it or not. You may think, I can't help the way I feel. And I agree with you there. I have felt that too. But I have been able to change my feelings too, because I've worked on myself. And it's not easy. It's painful. Change is painful. When things aren't going your way, it's painful. I can attest to that. But the thing about it is you have the power to do it. And I'm giving you that permission to do what you can to change your mindset and change your feelings. Because if your feelings are in a negative space, you want to get it into more of a positive space. And it's something you can do. I know it for a fact, because I've been in the negative space too, and I've been able to turn it into positive. So work on that to just definitely put yourself in a better mindset. Okay. When we work on ourselves in the waiting time, time is not wasted. Growth occurs in the waiting. And let me tell you, I've said this before, I've grown more this year than I've ever grown in my life. And I've learned things about myself that I never learned before. I'll tell you why, because I always like to be around a lot of people, and I didn't like to be alone. And so this was a really hard change for me. And to be by yourself, a lot of times, I mean, I do have, my husband, my dogs here, but there's not surrounded by people, and I'm used to that. And I usually love that. I'm an extrovert by heart. But now I've become more of an introverted extrovert, because I've found a way to be comfortable with who I am by myself. And it's helped me to learn a lot about myself. I was always trying to fix other people and work on other people more than work on myself. So in this time, it has not been wasted for me, because I've learned to work on me and better who I am in the time of waiting. So I promise you, if you take that away from this, it's going to give you so much growth, and you're going to be happy that you spent the time on yourself. So in this time of waiting, when you don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know when things are going to change, we don't have a date, work on you, and you will feel like time has not been wasted. I promise you. Okay, so last thing I want to talk about is it develops good character. I have learned I'm impatient. And I thought I was a patient person, but in trying to be patient in waiting, I have found that I am very impatient, and I'm learning to be more patient, and it has created a good character in me. And so I also want to bring up that a lot of times when you get impatient, you almost disrupt your healing process. And here's a good example. My dog hurt her foot last week, and it wasn't that big of a wound. The nail got ripped out and it was bleeding everywhere. So then, we kept basically wrapping it up and keeping it clean and everything. Well, she would slip away for a minute or two like a kid and unwrap it, and then she would reopen the wound. And she kept doing that it happened 3 times. And it would have been healed probably a couple days ago. But because she kept doing that, we now have to wait till this upcoming week to let it, basically take off the bandage. So my thought is we often are impatient in our processes and our healing processes too, that we actually reopen an old wound and cause more damage. So patience is ultimately what gets you healed, creates good character, is good for you. And I know there's so many conveniences in the world, it makes it really hard to be patient because we're so spoiled with the conveniences we have, that we forget that doesn't benefit us. Because it's nice to have conveniences, don't get me wrong, but the benefit is not there on our character. So our character benefits from being patient. So we really need to take those things into consideration and really look for ways to improve our character and be okay in the waiting. I know it's not easy, but we can be good and feel good about ourselves even in the waiting. And that is why I wanted to give this message to you. So, we're not done yet. We're going to work on this project here, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So you're welcome to follow along on the project. And if you're not interested, that's fine too. But I just figured I'd make it something fun and different today for Motivation Monday. You want to first start off by drawing the Christmas tree frame so you have exact idea where you want to put the branches. Now you want to draw the Christmas tree branches. Now you want to paint the green on the tree, and you'd want to paint it like 3 to 4 different colors of green, just so it has more of a 3D effect. And then you just kind of do the wispy kind of leafy kind of paint style. As you can see here, I just went on the fly with it. I just went color to different colors just to give it a little more dimension. So you just want to make it look more leaf-like or pine needle-like. Now you want to head and paint the brown parts of the tree. This is so it has more of a structure. So I went ahead and painted all kind of the middle of the branches to give it that structure. So then I went in with the fan brush to go ahead and finish all the leaves with the different greens. It gives it that wispy kind of look to it. So it finishes off making the tree look very lifelike. Of course, I gotta go ahead and paint that star at the top. So I try my best. I'm not the best at drawing stars, so I try my best to make this look as much as possible as a star ornament for the top of the tree. Then I went ahead and painted the trunk of the tree. I'd like to use different colors on these type of things, like different browns, so it gives it a little bit more dimension. So as you can see, I used 3 different types of browns on this tree trunk. There you go, the painting looks really great. I love how it looks 3D. Awesome. I'm now ready to put on the little mini containers to make this look more like an advent calendar. And here are the plastic containers I got. I actually got them from the Dollar Tree. They were only $1 for 6 of them. And I used a hot glue gun to put them on top of the tree. You can also use super glue if you prefer to use that. And I just went ahead and put them all down the tree, wherever you want to put them. And you just want to glue them on there so snugly so that you can just put whatever candy you want in these little mini containers. And you can also use little mini buckets if you'd like instead, but I liked the little plastic containers look the way they look because it looks like Christmas lights. So they fit perfectly on the tree and they looked amazing. Now you put a little bit of candy in there, and now you number each one with 1 to 24 because you want 24 containers on here. So each one for each day leading up to Christmas. Now your advent calendar is ready to go, and now you can give a chocolate for each day to your kids, or if you want to eat the chocolate, you also can do that as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And please comment down below if you plan on doing this project. I'd love to hear from you. And if there's any Motivation Mondays you'd like me to do, please do comment down below on that as well. I'd love to hear that. Also, any positive or negative feedback I'm open to. And if you haven't followed me on social media, please follow me on social media. I'm at The Bold Encourager on Facebook, Instagram, Parler, and Rumble. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, my friends. I really do enjoy doing them for you. Every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will post a new Motivation Monday video, so please do catch those. Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope you stay encouraged.